Hello my friends from the motorcycling world. We're back with another video about the Ottocast Carplay Lite C5. In the previous video we did the unboxing and presented its features. This time we're going to install it on the motorcycle, show you how to pair it with your phone, and how it works in general. We want to thank Ottocast once again for providing us with this Carplay Lite C5 for testing. Stay tuned! To mount the device on the motorcycle, we're going to use this ram mount style holder instead of the one that came with the accessories. Since this motorcycle is a test bike, the device won't be permanently installed, and this holder with the grips allows us to remove the device from the motorcycle whenever we want. This holder is very similar to the original brand. I'm going to remove one of the grips and mount the Carplay Lite C5 here so we can then attach it to the motorcycle's handlebar. It's very simple. We fit the base here, tighten it, and done. Now let's adjust and secure it to the handlebar. Making sure it doesn't block the motorcycle's dashboard. Almost there. Just a few final adjustments, and it's ready. All done. Now, to connect the device to the motorcycle, we'll use the USB cable that came with the accessories. Since the device won't be permanently installed on this motorcycle, we won't use the other option of connecting it directly to the battery. In this case, the connection is very simple. We just plug in this connector, tighten the nut to make it waterproof, and then connect the cable to the motorcycle's USB port. It's foolproof. Anyone can set this up. Okay, and with that our setup is complete. Now let's go ahead and pair the device with our smartphone. This is the main screen of the Carplay Lite C5. Here we can choose the type of connection we want to make. Android Auto, Huawei, HiCar or CarPlay for iPhone users. Since I have an Android smartphone, I'll select the Android Auto option. Now, on this screen, it's basically telling us to open the Bluetooth settings on our smartphone and search for a device named something like CarBC. And that's what we'll do. So on our smartphone, we go to the Bluetooth settings and search for new devices. And there it is. We select the device, accept the permissions for accessing contacts, wait a few seconds. And there we go. The device is now configured and currently sharing Google Maps. Now we can control everything directly on the Carplay Lite C5 screen. You can keep your smartphone in your pocket and manage your maps, music on Spotify, etc., all on the Lite C5 screen. If you've used Android Auto or CarPlay in your car, this is exactly the same. If you click on this menu button, it will split the screen between the map and the last open app, in this case, Spotify. We click on Spotify, and it will expand the screen where we can control Spotify options and choose our favorite songs to listen to during our ride. Clicking the menu button again will return to the split screen view with the most recent apps. At the bottom, we have a list of quick shortcuts to the last used app. In this case, we can access the phone functions where we can see recent calls or access the contact list. Clicking the screen split button again returns us to the previous screen, where our map is divided with Spotify. If we now click the menu button, we get access to the list of apps installed on the smartphone that are compatible with Android Auto or CarPlay, such as Waze, WhatsApp, weather or messages. Clicking the menu button again takes us back to the previous split screen view with the recent apps. Returning to the screen with the list of apps, we have the option to exit, which takes us to the main screen of the Carplay Lite C5. Here we have quick access to the night mode and day mode, which adjust the screen's brightness level. Next to it, there's a quick shortcut to control the volume for various device functions, the volume for notifications, the volume for music, or the volume for navigation instructions from the map. On this arrow, we return to the main screen, where we can access the menu for the remaining settings of the device. On the settings screen, we can access the configuration for the background image of the main menu. It's not very important, as we'll rarely be looking at this screen. We also have access to Wi-Fi settings and paired devices, etc. One thing I think is missing is a light sensor to automatically adjust the screen's brightness level when it gets dark. To start navigation, we have two options, either through the smartphone or directly on the Lite C5 screen. To start via the smartphone, we set up the route we want, and once navigation begins, it will automatically transfer to the CarPlay Lite C5 screen after a few seconds. From here, you can put your smartphone away and control everything else on the Lite C5 screen. You can open Spotify and listen to your favorite music while simultaneously seeing and hearing navigation instructions from Google Maps or Waze. Well, now let's test navigation on the road. I'm sure everyone has used a navigation system like Google Maps or Waze. The CarPlay Lite C5 supports both, and once in navigation mode, using it is quite simple. Right now, as you can see, I'm receiving a call. It shows the name of the caller and gives us the option to answer or reject. In this case, I'll reject and continue with our navigation instruction. At the bottom of the screen, we have a shortcut with Spotify music paused. We can simply click the play button to start the music, or if we click on the song name, it will expand the Spotify app where we can change songs or switch to a different playlist. Just be careful when doing these operations while driving. And that concludes our presentation of the Ottocast Carplay Lite C5. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. We want to thank Ottocast once again for giving us this experience. If you want to purchase the CarPlay Lite C5, you'll find a link in the video description. And remember, if you use our code MOT50, you get a $50 discount. See you in the next video.